Hello, everyone. Hope you're all safe, doing fine. Um, so, in this post, I'm going to explain the genesis of PatentsZone. Ideally, this should have been my first post, but my first post was uh, regarding the drafting course, which I'm planning to offer. But I thought that maybe I should explain how I started off this journey and what is the need for this website, PatentsZone. Before I talk about the genesis of Patent Zone, let me briefly explain my background because a lot of feedback from my previous post was that uh, they were not able to associate the face with the voice. So I thought it would be better I show my biometric credentials so so that you all can relate to me. At least you know who is the face behind the voice. With that, let me briefly touch upon my background before I get into the aspects of the Patent Zone website. I earned my PhD degree in chemistry from Tufts University in Boston. Um, During the PhD path, um, I came across this internship in a technology transfer office. In India, they call it, or we call it as intellectual property management cell. Um, and actually, that got me going, and that's how my interest towards a patent took shape. And during this internship, I realized that um, research and the patenting aspects or patents are the two ends of the spectrum. Those who are researchers, those who are doing bench work had no idea about the patenting process. But I realized that these are all uh, these are all the sequence of events that has to happen so that the research product gets into the market. And actually, patents are pretty much the carrier that takes the research product into the market. So, and being a researcher, I always enjoy researching stuff, and so that's how I got my interest towards patent, where it's always analyzing inventions. And the best part about being a patent professional is that I get to see, hear, and read about a lot of interesting inventions, technologies before even it gets out to the market. So that's the interest I had initially when I started details about this, digging details about uh, being a patent professional. Okay, anyways, I'm going to cover aspects of becoming a patent agent in another video post. But here I'll take you to the, the, the reason how I started off this website. So when I started this website, I thought of coining a good word. So I thought of different words, and then uh, I had to step back and think about patent law as such, the practice of patent law. Patent law, it is one law practice which is at the interface of science, engineering, technology, and patent law. So there is always the interface between these two oceans, I call it. So then I thought I have to come up with a term which is pretty much the convergence of these two oceans. And I found that this patent spot, it's a sweet spot where these two oceans meet. But unfortunately, patent spot was already taken, so that's how I came up with this word patent zone. So this is a convergence of science and patent law. The idea behind this, the website, is that, as I mentioned before, these are two ends of the spectrum where one end you have inventors, scientists, they speak their own language. The other end you have the patent professional, they speak their own legal language. So they have to work together in order to get this patenting process move forward and to get the research product out in the market. But unfortunately, this never happens. So they tend to speak their own languages respectively. And here in this website or through my blog, what I try to uh, bring in here is to bridge this gap. So I try to bring in both the languages, both the set of languages, spoken by these two professionals. So I try to strike in the balance here and bring out a lot of research articles, a lot of articles explaining the two ends of the spectrum, so that this acts as a sweet spot, and this zone is for both the professionals to come in and read uh, uh, about all the articles that I write here. And definitely, I welcome all your feedback. And so, I'd like to take a brief tour of my webpage. I know this is still in the process. A lot of work is under progress. Um, so I have written few articles, so you can always take a look at all of my articles. Right now, this is centered around chemical and pharmaceutical. Over a period of time, I'll try to have a lot more general articles. And contact is all my LinkedIn, Twitter contact details. You can go and take a look at those. And about me is the place where you can understand more about my background. Patent news, this is still again in the work in progress, where I write about a lot of interesting patent related news happening around the globe. And video blog and podcast, this is something which I'm thinking of doing in the near future. So I'm planning to bring in a lot of. I have a good network of uh, professionals who have seen this both sides of the spectrum, or at least one end of the spectrum, where I bring in inventors, scientists, and the other end of the spectrum, where I bring in the patent professionals, so that I try to understand their experience and what they think of this patent zone. When I call it the patent zone, it's not just my website. What they think of understanding the other side of the spectrum, understanding the other side of the language as well. So this is pretty much my website. So I'll keep posting a lot of my video blogs, video posts, and podcasts in the near future. So subscribe to my channel, and we'll keep this interaction going. Thank you for listening to me.